The day your middle school entrance exam ended, you faced the cruelest choice of your life. Your parents had secretly divorced 2 years earlier. To spare your mom, who was about to walk away with nothing, you gritted your teeth and gave up everything in your hometown. You were dead set on following her to the big city to start over, fully expecting a future of hardship and scraping by. But who could have guessed that the moment you stepped off the train, a sleek black top-of-the-line Xiaomi SU7 was waiting right there to pick you up. The doors glided open smoothly to both sides. You turned your head and saw a well-dressed, middle-aged man elegantly step out of the car, his eyes locked straight onto your mom, filled with a gentleness he couldn't hide. A smile played at the corner of his mouth. Man, you should have just told me the time. I would have come to the station to pick you up. Why make yourself and the kid struggle through the rain and squeeze onto the subway? Chen Man quickly stood up and walked over. I know you're always so busy. If we walk a little more, it saves you one less trip and one less bit of your time. Jiang Chen's eyes filled with heartache when he heard that. You always think about everyone else first. Why can't you ever spare a little care for yourself? Then he turned his gaze to you, and this handsome young man beside you must be Mu Chen, right? Hello, I'm Jiang Chen. For now, you can call me Uncle Jiang. Being called out so warmly by this complete stranger of an older man made your skin crawl. Your whole body tensed up with wariness. You pressed your lips tightly together and refused to make a sound. Seeing this, Shen Man looked anxious and urged you, Little Chen, hurry up and call him Uncle Jiang. You didn't want to put your mom in an awkward spot, caught between the two of you, but that nameless fire in your chest just kept rising. Call him uncle? Why the hell should you call him uncle? You clenched your jaw like a stubborn gourd and stayed completely silent. The atmosphere grew unbearably awkward, but Jiang Chen handled it with great generosity. He waved his hand casually. Hey, it's just a name. It doesn't matter at all. Let's get in the car and get out of this rain first. There are fresh, dry towels waiting inside. As soon as he finished speaking, the driver efficiently took your luggage and loaded it into the trunk. Your mom gently guided you into the front passenger seat with its luxurious leather. She herself turned and sat in the back, right next to Jiang Chen. The leather seat was so soft you didn't dare lean back fully. You sat there stiff as a board, spine ramrod straight. From the time you were little, the only cars you'd ever been in were smelly old taxis. Today, you'd ridden the subway for the first time, and now a luxury car for the first time too. But you would have happily thrown all those new experiences away. Sitting here made you feel prickly and on edge. Waves of warm air kept rising from under the seat, quickly drying your rain-soaked clothes. Yet you only felt more uncomfortable, squirming around like you had fleas. In that suffocating moment, you glanced through the rearview mirror and caught sight of a cool, beautiful girl's face. You hadn't even noticed there was another person in the back seat earlier. Jiang Chen immediately introduced her. This is my daughter, Jiang Xue. She'll be starting her senior year of high school this autumn. Xue, say hello to your little brother Mu Chen. But the very next second, Jiang Xue turned her head away with an arrogant, entitled attitude. The temperature inside the car instantly dropped to freezing. Jiang Chen sighed in embarrassment. This kid is right in the middle of her rebellious teenage phase lately. Her temper's a bit difficult. Meanwhile, Shen Man kept her head lowered, quietly drying her wet hair with a towel. She gently tried to smooth things over. We're all still getting to know each other. It'll get better after some time. No need to force it. At that moment, Jiang Chen nodded repeatedly and turned to Jiang Xue. What about you? Is there anything in particular you feel like eating? Jiang Xue didn't even lift her head. She coldly spat out 2 words, whatever. Jiang Chen let out a helpless sigh. Then let's just have dumplings together. Dumplings symbolize reunion and happiness, but Jiang Xue completely ignored him, staying absorbed and furiously tapping away on her phone. The car sped along the Riverside Highway and eventually came to a smooth stop in front of a magnificent luxury villa. Suddenly, Jiang Xue shouted sharply, Liu, stop the car. The driver slammed on the brakes and looked back in confusion. Jiang Xue stared out the window with pure provocation in her eyes. I remember the old rules. When a woman remarries, she's not allowed to enter through the main door. She has to sneak in quietly through the side entrance. Too bad our house doesn't have a side door. Otherwise, Aunt Shin, you could just climb over the wall and come in. Her undisguised, vicious sarcasm instantly ignited the rage in your chest. Just as you were about to shoot up, Jiang Chen's stern voice thundered down like a bolt of lightning. Jiang Xue, stop this nonsense. But Jiang Xue wasn't afraid of him at all. She sneered back. What nonsense? Was anything I said wrong? No one expected that facing such sharp defiance from his daughter, Jiang Chen would soften his tone instead. You yourself said those were ancient old customs. People have to move forward. Besides, your Aunt Shen and I haven't gotten the marriage certificate yet. We're just living together first to adjust and get used to things. They hadn't even gotten the certificate yet. In that moment, you sharply noticed Jiang Xue impatiently raising her wrist in the back seat. On it was a mature-style luxury watch encrusted with diamonds. Once his daughter finally quieted down, Jiang Chen immediately told the driver to continue. Then he looked at your mother with a face full of apology. I'm really sorry, she's usually very well-mannered. It's just that she's been in a bad mood lately. Shen Man simply smiled gently and responded with great generosity. Like you said, let the past stay in the past. I'm not going to argue with a child. Hearing your mom speak with such restrained tolerance made a surge of indescribable bitterness rise in your heart. Was this what it meant to live under someone else's roof? If it weren't for that, why would your mom have to humble herself like this? You couldn't help mocking yourself inwardly. How had the carefree you from before become so sensitive and fragile now? The car pulled smoothly into the underground garage. The moment Shen Man stepped out, she hurried to grab the luggage, but Jiang Chen gently stopped her hand. You've had such a long and tiring journey. Let me take care of it. The driver naturally picked up your bags while this wealthy man personally carried your mom's two cheap-looking woven ones. Everyone entered the elevator together and went straight up to the first floor. The adults stood in front while you and Jiang Xue stood shoulder to shoulder in the narrow back. You instinctively pressed yourself as far into the corner as possible, shoulders glued to the cold elevator wall. The girl in front of you was undeniably beautiful, with an aura of superiority in her very posture. But that mouth of hers was far too poisonous. An absurd thought even flashed through your mind. If she licked her lips, she could probably spit out venom strong enough to kill. At the same time, you keenly noticed her quickly glancing at you. You were painfully aware of how wretched you must look right now. You clearly saw the corner of her eye twitch slightly, as if she found your poor, evasive appearance utterly ridiculous. Suddenly, a crisp ding sounded. The elevator doors glided open. The next second, an opulent, indescribably grand space slammed into your vision. You stood there completely stunned. A magnificent white jade chandelier woven with gold and silver threads hung from the soaring ceiling. Beneath your feet was gleaming white marble so polished it reflected your shadow. There was even a massive decorative bathtub with constantly shifting colorful lights. The extreme luxury hit you like a tidal wave, swallowing you whole. At that moment, Jiang Xue's gaze swept across your worn-out shirt. She strode past you with her head held high. Jiang Chen, standing ahead, turned back without any impatience. He simply reached out to hold the elevator door that was about to close until you finally snapped out of your daze. Only then did he withdraw his hand and continue forward. You took careful steps forward, but your soaked, cheap sneakers squeaked loudly against the floor with every movement, sounding like a sewer rat caught by its tail and screaming in despair. You looked down sharply. Muddy water was still seeping from your shoes, leaving glaring wet footprints across the mirror-like marble floor of the luxurious hall. You curled your toes tightly inside the soggy shoes, wishing you could disappear into the ground. Jiang Chen noticed the water stains, turned around and instructed the housekeeper, quickly bring 2 pairs of new slippers. Manman, you two change into these first. After dinner, I'll take you to your rooms to rest. We can talk about anything else after you've slept. Your mother accepted the slippers with visible unease, thanking him repeatedly. From the kitchen, Aunt Li called out that the fresh dumplings would be ready in another 5 minutes. While waiting, Jiang Chen turned to the aloof girl. Mu Chen is only 15 this year. You're the older sister, so you'll need to take care of him from now on. She responded with extreme reluctance, dragging out her words in a cold snort. Then Jiang Chen turned back to you with a gentle, reassuring tone. Your sister is just a bit slow to warm up to people. Spend more time with her and it'll be fine. You quickly straightened up and nodded, but inside you were grinding your teeth. Slow to warm up? She was downright vicious. Who could have predicted that the very next second, Jiang Xue would stand up on her own, walk straight into the kitchen, and shortly after, personally carry out 2 steaming bowls of dumplings with the chef. She placed the 2 exquisite porcelain bowls right in front of you and your mother. You stared in disbelief. How could this prickly young lady possibly be so kind as to serve you food? It wasn't until Chen picked up his chopsticks first that you cautiously lifted a dumpling and put it in your mouth. Suddenly, your chewing stopped dead. You froze completely. Jiang Xue stared at you intently, the corner of her mouth curving into a mocking half-smile, as if she were watching a good show.